this morning was not without its trials, that's for sure. I have issues with my throat. I'm thinking allergies, but I don't really know. Not at this point, I don't know. I really don't understand my throat. And so I got up, did what I needed to do. I'm like really, really tired now, so I'm gonna be laying down for a nap right after I'm done with this. You guys remember I made cinnamon rolls, right? I was banging it, it wouldn't open. I hurt my arm trying to open it. So I sat down and started banging it on my knee, and it didn't work, so I used my elbow. Then it finally opened. This was in the midst of my trial. I only hope I glorified the Lord with my responses. Man, I'm so tired. I can't wait to go and nappy nap. Y'all don't even know. I've been too stressed, that's all. Stress has been really draining me. And I'm like super, super stressed right now. If I can remember later, I'll explain. And then I made lunch. I made Johnny rice and chili. And then I made him a sandwich to go with it. And then I made the boys sandwiches. We don't have any more snacks, so I couldn't put snacks with it. So I might have to suffer it later and bake something so that they have some kind of snackages. I will see, depending on my energy levels. Oh man, I'm so tired. I know there's only a few more minutes left. I just have to wait a little longer. Oi. This is when I decide to frost them. And they got nice and icy. This is the ending of it, almost. There's a couple more minutes left. I make Logan's sandwich. And I put everything away. And I write the notes that I always write. And then I'm done. I decided I'll tidy up the kitchen later because I was too exhausted. I just did a little, and then I was like, I can't do anything else. I gotta go and lay down. So I did as much as I could, y'all. I'm so tired. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later on through clips here and there, and maybe some more time lapses depending on what I'm gonna plan on do. Yeah. Okay, later for now. Good morning, y'all. So I had a very weird dream. Okay, so in this dream, we had this house, and it had a separate part, or a second part to the house, but it wasn't attached to the main house. And our friend Terry was living in the second part of the house. In the main part of the house was me and my sister, okay? Now, eventually something happened, and I guess 2 new women who are sisters had to move in, and we didn't have accommodations, so we were offered to stay, but we had to stay in the basement. Now, at the time, the basement was not a livable area at all. So between the time that they were supposed to be moving in and we were supposed to go to the basement, me and my sister started making it a livable space down in the basement. You know what I mean? So we did. They moved in, and we went to the basement. Now, mind you, in the first part of the dream, when they first moved in and we were in the basement, they were really rude to us, even though this was our house, you know? And they were pretty rude to us, and I had no idea why. And one of them started a fight with me. She was digging her nails into me and trying to like physically hurt me, and I got fed up by one point because it was just so annoying, her digging her nails into me. So I defended myself by biting her. I bit her, but I woke up immediately because I was actually biting my teddy bear. So I woke up immediately. Then I went back to sleep, and I had a second part of the dream. The second part of the dream, we were in the basement, and I was trying to get a hold of my mom, and I couldn't because there was no signals downstairs for like phones. So the only way I could communicate with her was through the one rotary phone that we had in the house, and it was sky blue, and it was upstairs. So I had to like sneak upstairs and make a wire connection from the phone downstairs to the computer. This was called dial-up back in the day. So I literally used dial-up connection to a computer in the basement so that I could call my mom. Now I called my mom. So I called my mom and I told her, listen, I'm going to call you back when I get outside, but I need you to stay near your phone and answer it when I call. And before I could even like say our regular goodbyes the way we usually do, there was a man-made trying to like break into the basement and stop me from using the dial-up to call my mom. And my sister was trying to distract him while I finished the phone call and then turned off the computer. However, he shoved my sister, and I managed to turn off the computer before he reached me. And by the time he got to me, I had woken up right as I was turning off the computer. The computer was turning off after I made the phone call, and then I woke up. Now, there's so much to unpack from this in symbolism, okay? The main house my space, being displaced from it into the basement, hidden, unwanted, unseen. You know what I mean? Somebody else occupying my space, making me feel unwelcomed. You know what I mean? Like that's the symbolism here. Terry, our friend living in the second part, not completely like connected to the house, but separated from the house, but still adjacent to the house, was a spiritual time stamp. Meaning, this is a message for now, today. Because Terry is our friend now, right? So, now the two women, I haven't really figured that out yet, but I will discern it better. My sister being either my guardian angel with me in my dream, or the Holy Spirit trying to intervene for me in the spirit realm. You know what I mean? Now the man-made was definitely a demon, like demonic influence in this dream. The rotary phone was literally a play on words, because rosary, get it? So I understood it right away as soon as I was like, wait a minute, doesn't our Blessed Mother wear sky blue? And isn't she the queen of the rosary? And I was like, rosary. Like, come on, how weird is that? Rosary? Come on. God was literally giving it to me. Simplistic. No doubt. He didn't want me to doubt what I was thinking. He's like, nope, rotary and rosary are the same thing. There you go. Then the fact that I had to use dial-up connection, of all things. Do you know what dial-up does to your phone line when you use it? You guys probably don't, but I'm going to explain it. It interrupts, okay? You can't call out, and no one can call in when you're using dial-up. It is a complete connection interruption for the other part of the connections. The only person that can use anything is the one that's dialing up, and it takes a long time, y'all. Back in the day, oh man, you had to have patience of steel to wait out the sometimes an hour it took to just connect. An hour. Anyway, it was a symbol of rosary, okay? So when we pray the rosary, sometimes it may seem like it takes a long time for our prayer to get to heaven, and for us to even get a sign that something's going on in the spirit realm. You know what I mean? That's the dial-up part. But when the connection is made, it interrupts everything else in the spirit realm. That means that demons and demonic influence and oppression cannot communicate. They're disconnected for the time being while you are praying the rosary. And that's why they try to distract you with random things during your rosary. When you're praying the rosary, they try to distract you, or they try to meddle and stop that connection, just like the man made in my dream. But in my dream, he was unable to stop the connection. Now, this dream was symbolic on many levels. If you're feeling like you're disconnected from somebody that is a symbol of comfort, love, and strength in your home, which is the symbol of a mother, right? Comfort, strength, and love, right? Comfort, strength, and love, and protection. That's what mothers usually represent. Or it could be a husband, it could be your father, it could be anyone that's in that kind of characteristic role for you, right? So this dream was saying that when we pray the rosary, now, it may seem like your prayers are not going through, but they are, okay? And maybe you're trying to reach someone very, very close to you, and it seems like there's no connection, okay? It's cold, it's distant, there's lots of like tension going on, you know what I mean? And silence and like that melancholy that happens to us, you know? That dream was saying, don't quit praying. Keep praying, because the connection is made. You're interrupting and disrupting the darkness in the spirit realm. You're bringing light into the darkness through your prayers, and it's being heard. Whether you can feel it or see it or not, it's happening. And this was a dream to comfort those who are praying and not seeing any fruits. The fruits are happening in the spirit realm, and then they will pour out in our physical realm. You have to just give it some time, you know what I mean? This dream was reassuring me that my silent prayers, my intercessions, are never unseen. They are definitely seen, and they're brighter than anything. They're brighter than anything on this planet because of how much love and energy I pour into those intercessory prayers. God was saying, I can hear them. Keep praying, my child. Keep praying. Mother Mary was saying, I'm here, I'm walking with you, and I'm making sure that your prayer gets to heaven first. You're disrupting whatever's going on in the background, the whispers, the tauntings, the mockery, the scoffing, the demonic people that's been sent as servants of the devil to try and tell you that your voice is meaningless, that your message is stupid in a culture like this, that you're following worldly ways when you're not. You're following the ways of heaven. You see things the way heaven sees them. You are teaching heaven lessons. And this is important for women. So women, get on your knees and pray. God is saying it's being heard. It just takes some time because of dialogue, okay? And keep doing it. Patience is a virtue. And that's one that I had to learn a lot of, okay? A lot. And so I'm very glad that I got this dream as confirmation that any intercessory prayers or any prayers that I've been... It was a very good confirmation for me and consolation that I have finally gotten a confirmation that your prayers, your intercessory prayers, are reaching heaven. Don't worry, my child. Keep praying. Keep interceding. It is the most beautiful thing in heaven when you intercede for someone else, because it's selfless. It's a selfless, sacrificial love when you do it. And that's why I love intercessing for people. Even if it causes me pain, I will do it. I don't care. You know, like, to live is for Christ and to die is gain is how I live my life. Just like Paul, you know? Like, that's the way I live my life. To live is for Christ and to die is gain. And that's what I say. That's my motto, yo. That's my motto. That should be like set. That's going to be on my tombstone, okay? To live is for Christ and to die is gain. That's going to be on my tombstone. Anyway, I just want to give you this confirmation. Your prayers are being heard. It may not seem like it. You may feel disconnected, but you're actually interrupting the spirit realm by sending prayers to heaven. And it's working. So keep those prayers going. Okay? Love y'all. See you in a bit. Later for now. Y'all, my afternoon. Here it is for y'all. I put on my veil so that I could pray while I was doing my afternoon work in the kitchen. I cleaned. I did a lot. And then I was very, very exhausted afterwards. Then I came in here and I sat down on my chair, and as soon as I did, my poor baby boy came home with a swollen allergic reaction in his eye. My poor baby.
Sounds itchy.
Don't touch it. Put the warm compress on it. Good. Oh my God, that eye is so much whiter now.
Don't take a picture.
In a minute. Good job, Lucas. Your eye is doing so much better from that warm compress. Go show Daddy. I bet he's going to be really astonished. But yeah, so little man, this is him here. He helped me clean a little bit. Then he went back to the park to have fun. And then as soon as I was finished in the kitchen, yeah, it's not as swollen as much, but it's raw underneath, so it will swell and unswell with the warm. Yeah, they do. I get them all the time when I get sick, and then it turns into pink eye, which is the worst. Do you want to know what pink eye is? Okay, pink eye is when the sty irritates the surrounding tissue on the inside of your eye. It causes blurry eyes, so my vision's even worse than usual, even with glasses on. Very, very itchy eye, and it's like bloodshot and red, and then it has like this weird dripping that happens. You got to clean it constantly with a wipe. I had it for like a while.
That happens if someone farts on your eye.
Well, usually it happens if somebody farts on your eye or you get some kind of like fecal matter in your eye. But it can also happen when you have an autoimmune disease called psoriasis. Anytime your body is in a heightened state of trying to fight an infection of some sort, for instance, a sore throat or the flu, your body reacts by attacking you even more because of your autoimmune disease. So that's why I get pink eye. I get pink eye every time I get sick. The severity of it depends if I scratch too much. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Because I'm not smart either, you know? Like I have moments when I'm just scratching it because it's just so itchy. And I gotta not do that. But at least it's never gotten so bad that it actually popped in my eye, because that would have been really, really bad.
What did?
When your blister popped in your eye, if Leaf's dad didn't put the drops in to flush out that pus, we would have had to go to the hospital to get it cleaned. Otherwise, it would have got infected and worse.
Wait, guess how that happened? She said, I'm gonna ask my dad to put, like, she said, I'm gonna ask my dad, and I was saying no. But she did.
You were crying though, right? So the tears were already washing some of it out, good. And then he put the drops in, and that made sure it flushed it out. And did you know that drops are antibacterial, antifungal? So that's even better. You know what I mean? The salt and the saline in the artificial tears was the best thing for your eye at that moment. Best absolute thing for your eye. It saved your eye. It saved it.
From being blind.
No, from us going to the hospital and having to get it flushed. That would have been really... Do you remember the last time when you had to get your ear flushed and how scary that experience was and painful? Well, when you get your eye flushed, it's kind of different. They have this weird thing that goes on your eye, and you have to keep your eye still and open, and it just like flushes water over it.
Did it hurt?
No, it's just very uncomfortable. It's called an eye flush. You can ask your daddy. He had to do it at work a few times because he got stuff in his eye. Usually they have a station for it. It's called the eye flush station. For when you get debris in your eye, you can flush it out right away. It's literally just a stream of water that flushes your eye for you. Usually nice and warm, so that it's not like too cold and irritating or too hot and burning. You know what I mean?
Like, this is that guy's winter costume.
Nice. He looks like a snowman. Anyway, guys, so this was my afternoon, and then right after I was done this, I got myself a nice iced coffee. Came in, I sat down. And as soon as I did, I'm not even lying, y'all, I literally just sat down. Logan comes in with Lucas. Lucas is crying and Logan's visibly like shaken and upset and concerned. And I'm like, what is going on? And then he's like, his eye. And I'm like, oh no, he's had an allergic reaction again. So I was like,
I was like doing that.
Yeah, don't ever do that, okay? And then I was like, okay, well, let me assess it. Come here. I grabbed the magnifying glass because he said it felt like there was something in his eye. So I thought, well, I should check. He was at the park and there's lots of stuff flying around constantly. So we pulled down the eyelid because he told me where he felt it. And I noticed that there was like exposed flesh and very visible like signs that there was a blister that popped. So I immediately knew that it was a blister that popped. And I was very thankful that the eye drops got put in there as soon as it popped, because that saved us from having to go to the hospital to get his eye flush, as I already said. So when he got to me, his eye was already healing. And so I literally just did what I knew best for eye irritation: warm compress, and then I was cleaning the skin from the busted blister, because the skin from the busted blister was coming out of the side of his eyelid. So I would just gently move it out after using a Q-tip that was warmed in some water so that it wasn't so abrasive, you know? I wanted it to be soft and gentle. And I didn't even like do any like back and forth movements. I just swiped one stroke at a time, very gently, coaching it out, and removed it. Then he said, how much more needs to come out? So I checked, it was all gone. I was like, that was the last one. He's like, really? I'm like, that was the last bit of the skin. And he's like, wow. And now the swelling has gone down 90%. The eye redness gone 90%. He's not in pain. It's still discomforting because, you know, there's like raw flesh under his eyelid that just is still exposed, but he's fine. The other eye is irritating him, but that's just allergies. I told him, do not rub it. We got to get him some children Claritin. That's all we got to do. He'll be okay.
When did you remove him?
Nice. And a little while ago, he thought his eye was blurry, but I explained to him the difference between blurry eye and what he was experiencing, and then now he knows the difference. And I said, so if you experience blurry eye like when you look through my glasses, let me know. And he said, okay. Because right now, he thought that when things get brighter, that's blurry eyes. I said, no, that's not. Just brighter, right? It's not blurry, it's brighter. And that's normal because your eye is adjusting to the healing process. So it's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Blurry is when you look through my glasses and then you said you got dizzy. That's blurry. And I'd like to know when that happens, okay? Good. But yeah, so we're doing all the nursing care that we can here, and I'm keeping a close eye on the process of the healing. I think he won't have any issues tonight. It looks like it's pretty much died down now, but I'm going to make sure that he keeps a warm compress on it before bed, just to protect him while he sleeps, and I'll pray Psalms 91 over him again. And we'll just keep the area nice and clean and moisturized and hydrated so that he doesn't have any more issues until we can get some children's Claritin. We just have to be very extra special and take extra care. His allergies this year have been really bad. But he's doing much better, and he's so brave. I'm so proud of him. So we're just sitting here now, and I'm about to wind down for the evening finally because, man, what a day. What a day. But thank you, Jesus, for Psalm 91 working. I prayed it over him right away. And as you guys know, that's like my protocol. When there's sickness or injury, I pray Psalm 91 over my babies. All of them. Even my Johnny. So I shall catch you guys in a bit, y'all. I'm going to be doing another bit of videos in a bit, and I'll catch you then, okay? Just for the good night. That'll be around 7:30, 8 o'clock-ish, because I'd like to go to bed early. So I'll see you around that time. And yeah, I'll be back then. Later for now. And keep my son in your prayers, okay? That his eye doesn't start acting up again, and that it heals completely. And that we have the wisdom to keep it from swelling up again and doing whatever it's trying to do. Okay? Rebuke that spirit of blister. Rebuke it. Okay, I love y'all. See you in a bit. Later for now. you.